Get started. I don't think so.
Being recorded but not aired live.
So, we're good? All right. Good evening and welcome to the Monday, February 25th school committee meeting. This meeting is being recorded. It is not live. We'll begin with the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. The Long Meadow School Committee maintains educational policies that foster continuous improvement by challenging and supporting all children in a safe and caring learning environment, enabling them to reach their highest potential and become productive citizens. Through effective communication and positive relationships, the Long Meadow School Committee will make informed decisions in the best interest of the students, the schools, and the Long Meadow community. Is there any correspondence?
No.
All right, no correspondence. Do we have any visitors tonight? Seeing no visitors, we will move on to school committee comments. John.
Yes, I'd like to take this opportunity to thank the high school building committee and all the people who have served with it and on it over the years for bringing to fruition a great project and a building that's going to be open for classroom instruction starting tomorrow. So I'd like to thank everyone who was involved with that and thank the community for their support.
Yeah, I mean, I would add to that, in particular that last point about thanking the community for their support, because clearly without a couple of different votes it wouldn't have happened, and tomorrow's the fruition of so much work that's been going on for, God, close to a decade now, I think. So it really is truly something to celebrate. So thank you to everyone who made it possible.
I want to also echo those comments. I feel like I'm always echoing. I feel like we're always echoing each other. But, you know, as a student, former student of the high school, and I know for John as a former teacher, it's a very, and Liz too, it's a very special moment for us because, you know, we went through the old building and I didn't leave that long ago. I don't think it's a shock to anybody. So, you know, to think back of, you know, town meeting when it was so hot, and just the support for this school, I think tomorrow is a very special day for the entire community. And it really is, it is their day. But obviously special thanks definitely go to Jen, who has been on the building committee for 3 years now, Bobby Barquette, Peter Greenberg, Larry Birdie, Christine Swanson, who's not here anymore, Gwen Bruns, who used to be on the committee, I mean, and the entire community for supporting it. Tomorrow is really exciting. So hopefully tonight's meeting will not last too long because we have to be up early tomorrow. So.
Just to add one thing, and don't forget Lancer Pride, too.
And Lancer Pride. Let's not forget Lancer Pride. Very critical part of that. Beth Barron, Sherry Ehrenberg, etc. Okay. Moving right along, on the subject of the high school, we have tonight a very special presentation. With us tonight is the Wax family. And at our last school committee meeting, we unanimously voted to accept a gift from Mr. and Mrs. Wax in memory of their son, Ian. This gift will fund a fitness room at Long Meadow High School as well as a memorial tree, which is expected to be placed in the front foyer of the high school building. And they're here tonight, so I would like to invite you up to this table so Dave can catch a very bad angle of you.
I'd like Jeremy to come up. Jeremy is a friend of Ian's who's also going to speak, and I have some comments that Vicki, Ian's mother, made that she prefers that I read. So we'll both be doing that. So Jeremy, if you can come up and join me. I'll let you go first.
Have a seat.
I don't know if they want.
You know, for me tonight, I grew up with Ian, and we were best friends growing up. And so when the Waxes asked me to come and make this presentation, it was really an honor. And, you know, for me, when I reflect over, you know, the memories I have of Ian and his life and, you know, our life together growing up, you know, he's a constant reminder to me that, you know, whatever challenges I go through in life or whatever ailments, you know, people have in their lives, that, you know, you face those challenges and you face those ailments, you know, with a smile, and you keep on going through life. And so that's what Ian means to me. That's what his memory means to me. And I know that's what it means to all of his classmates who had the privilege of knowing Ian. And so I think that, you know, in a nutshell, Ian was everybody's best friend at Longmeadow High. The kid didn't have any enemies. He always had a smile on his face. And I don't think there's a better way to donate this money than to donate it to the school that Ian loved so much, that he gave so much to, where he had so many friends and created so many memories for all of us. And I hope that with this check, his memory will live on in Longmeadow High, and people, you know, future generations will ask about Ian, and the teachers that are still there can explain to them who he was and what his spirit meant to the school. So that's it. Thank you.
Thanks, Jeremy.
Thank you.
Vicki has put together some thoughts that I'm going to share with you right now. Before I begin, though, I just want to remind people that we've heard of Ian Wax because there's been a scholarship for many years, and it's been the scholarship of quiet courage. When his friends and family got together after his passing and talked about what he was like, Ian was always known for his courage. So that's where the scholarship came from, and that's why the tree that's going to be donated is going to be called the Tree of Courage, so that anybody can buy a plaque in memory of a loved one or in recognizing someone who's courageous. In 2001, a remarkable young man passed away suddenly from congenital heart disease. His name was Ian David Wax, and he grew up here in Longmeadow, graduating Blueberry Hill Elementary, Glenbrook Middle, and in 2000, LHS. At that time, he remarked how sad he would be to leave behind the town he loved and the wonderful relationships he had established with friends and teachers. Even so, he went on to study at Brandeis University, full of dreams and exciting plans for the future. Just days after his death, a group of Ian's Longmeadow friends approached the Wax family with the desire of creating a scholarship fund in his memory. It was something they truly wanted to do, and together they set the theme and the guidelines. First, they considered Ian's qualities and decided that courage was among the forefront. The fund was created and read as follows. The Ian David Wax Quiet Courage Memorial Scholarship Award will be given to a graduating senior going on to college who displays relentless determination, unquestionable dependability, and affectionate loyalty to family, friends, and teachers. Continual fundraising, along with tremendous support from family, friends, and town residents, has enabled a substantial scholarship to be awarded for the past 12 years. Now, with the construction of the brand new state-of-the-art high school, the Wax family has decided to turn the fund into something tangible that can benefit and be enjoyed by all Longmeadow students and faculty. Therefore, Phil, Vicki, Stacy, and Holly Wax, along with the committee of Ian's peers who first put this all in motion, are proud to fund the Ian David Wax Fitness Center and present the Ian David Wax Tree of Courage for the school lobby. In his college essay, Ian wrote, "Live life to the fullest. It is your greatest gift." When the new Longmeadow High School formally opens, this will be a tribute to a true champion of life. To his family, I'd like to say that his memory is going to be forever enshrined in the high school. People will ask, who was Ian Wax? How come his name's on the fitness room? And how come he has a Tree of Courage? And people will tell the story about a young man who passed much too soon, who demonstrated what true courage is. I think that friends, family, and students will also know Jeremy and other friends that they come back and they'll feel Ian's presence in the new high school. So thank you to the Wax family and to all those that help raise the funds. We're truly grateful. At this time, I'd like, if we can get the Wax family, I believe Jeremy and Stacy are going to present a check for $100,000, but we'd also like to have the family come, Vicki and Phil, just come around the tables because the camera's here, so we want to get the, Michael, you gonna come up? If we can stand that way facing the camera, that would be.
Out of the way of the camera.
Larry, why don't you put your hand take the check. Thanks again.
Thank you very much. And I'd just like to express
Thank
on
you.
behalf of obviously this committee and as well as the chairs of the school building committee and the entire school building committee, genuine appreciation for this gift. It will certainly make a world of difference for our students, and I look forward to it opening. So, with that, we will move back to the regular order of things and move into old business. The first item on the agenda in old business is a follow-up to our last meeting's conversation about the submission of a community preservation grant for the rehabilitation of the field adjacent to the playground at Center School. If you recall, at the last meeting, this committee authorized me to pen a letter in support of this project to the chair of the Community Preservation Commission, which all of you received. That that letter was shared with members of the Community Preservation Commission, and they met last Thursday morning at 8 a.m., where they voted to support the project. And I think that vote was, it came as a result of not only this committee's persistence in what we believe to be the right thing to do at that school and with that field. But it also came because Liz, put forward and did the research on the alternatives they asked us to. So we were able to carefully consider our alternatives and decided that none of them were good alternatives. It also because of Gerard, who went through the effort of designing a plan that the DPW has said that they can, to the greatest effort, support within their ability and within the means that they have and the regulations they have on them. I also want to just give a special thank you to Mike Rabel, who was, I would say, instrumental at that meeting in supporting this project, and his confidence in his department's ability to get this done, I think swayed a lot of people on the Community Preservation Commission, and so I would like to thank him as well for his support. And I want to thank everybody who showed up as well. I know Jen was there, and Liz and Katie, as well as many parents from Center School, and I think Donna Hutton, the principal at Center School, has also been a strong advocate and, certainly led us on the right path by telling us what she would prefer. So that's all I got on that.
I'd like to thank everyone for passing this because it's been quite a desire of Center School to have the playground. But I'd like us to keep in mind that Blueberry and Wolf Swamp also should be on future lists. Their playground, they have some grass, but they're still muddy, and we should be looking ahead to think about those schools as well.
I agree. John?
Well, I'm very happy about the decision by the Community Preservation Committee, but there's a question that I was hit with by a number of people, and that is, are the students going to be allowed to play on this playground right away, or is there going to be an installation of turf and some real professional work to develop it so that it will, say, perhaps be open to the children in September? Is that the sequence?
Yeah, part of our submission and part of the commitment made by Donna Hutton and the plan put forward by Mike Rabel is that the students will stay off it as soon as for pretty much a year, because the money will not be authorized, or we won't be able to spend it until July of 2014 if it passes town meeting. And the best they're not going to do much work with the exception of probably installing the irrigation system over the summer. Planting season is probably September, October, and then that entire spring they're going to be kept off of the grass. And there's going to be a lot of overseeding and aeration done by the DPW to make sure it's strong.
So it's not going to be open until 2014?
It should not be open until September 2014.
September 2014.
Yeah. That's my understanding of it.
It was my understanding too, but Mike Rabel said it may be sooner.
It may, yeah.
So when he gives us the go-ahead, that's when it will happen.
But we have commitment from Donna to keep, and the teachers to keep the kids off, which...
They're going to have play skate to play on, and have the playground, just not right grass.
Yeah. So, some growing.
And that, if I may,
Yeah.
Is critical to, and was critical, I think, to the CPC seeing their way clear to do this, knowing that it would be properly cared for and that this time would be different than the previous 3 times. We've just kind of throwing seed out, because I received it,
Right.
you know, with an inch of topsoil and considered it done. So.
Good. No, thank you. I think that clarifies a lot of things for a
Yeah.
lot of people.
That was a big hang up for the Community Preservation Commission too. So,
Okay.
so I think that's a solid victory. It's a win in you know, it's the win column.
I would add one thank you to, first of all, echo everything you said, but also the PTO, the Center School
That's true.
PTO, really brought people out. It was a packed house. There was not a parking spot in the entire
That's true.
parking lot. So I think that was a big factor as well.
They've got a great president. So, for everybody playing along at home, Katie's the president of the Center School PTO. So, all right, moving right along, Strategic Partners Plan. If you recall, back on January 28th, we had a lengthy presentation from Mr. Rock, who presented us with a plan that could potentially generate income for the district. And so we put this on the agenda tonight because it has been some time since we had this discussion. And I believe that Marie is seeking some sort of finality to our discussion on this. Now, we don't necessarily have to have some finality to it, but you know, we haven't necessarily, as a board, had an actual discussion about his presentation since his presentation. So, with that, I'm just gonna kind of open it up because I've got no plan on this one.
Well,
Honest.
I have
Jen?
a comment. My great feeling during that whole presentation, which really did go on a long time, was that I felt like we all kind of had questions that I'm not sure were really fully answered. I mean, that's my own take. I don't know if other people agree or disagree with that. I mean, I'd be interested to hear what other people have to say. But my take was kind of regarding the businesses that would be approached, what they're going to be kind of pitched with,
Right.
you know, when businesses, you know, if and when businesses are unhappy, who do they look to? Because my understanding is that the deal will be between the district and the strategic partners. So what obligation are we signing up for the district to have with respect to these businesses? That's, I think, a really kind of still a big unanswered question. As far, if anybody knows the answer to that.
Well, the way it was sold, I mean, the way that we were told about it was it would be a once a quarter meeting, you know, where they would be able to engage like that. But I know Jim wants to speak.
I've got a few points. Maybe I'll address your question because when I talked to Rick in summary about it, I brought those issues up as well. But let me kind of bring you through a few different points. First, I'll go through what I think are good points, you know, what could potentially be good about it, and then go on to what I think are challenges or bad points. Then I'm going to say, certainly the good point, at least one of the selling points that are people trying to make, and forgive me for just reading my thoughts here, is the money issue, right? You're doing it